My response to the video is that he's absolutely right. And I say that he's right because here's how the human mind brain works. It's just like your body, when you're craving for food, your brain, as long as it's awake, is craving for knowledge. It wants to be entertained. And the powers that be know that. So what do they entertain us with? Music, television, books, religion, and so forth. So when you're born, and especially in this society, this is a society full of abused children. And when I say that, I mean mentally abused. Because we have been handed down the same ideologies and thoughts and beliefs from the people who've came here to this country with nothing but malice and death and destruction. Now, when I say people, most white people that's listening to this right now is like, oh, well, you're talking about white people. Well, yeah, I am talking about white people. But I'm not talking about white people, all the white people here today, because you all were not a part of that. But some of you all believe in that system. And the people that did that, their offspring are still here doing the same thing. But it's not all white people who are citizens and working class white people, who is pushing this agenda. And they don't know any better because they only know what they've been taught. It's the same thing with black people. In our country, the Republicans and Democrats, they are corrupt. They are so fucking corrupt. Why do you think shit goes the way it goes? And they know that all they have to do to pacify a crying baby that is hungry or is having problems with something that's going on is stick a pacifier in their mouth. So now you mean to tell me that you're going to put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill and most black people going to be like, oh, that's great. Look what they're doing. We moving forward. They put Harriet Tubman on some money. Who gives a fuck? What is that doing? And you got cops out here shooting people in the street and no one's going to jail for it. No one's doing anything about it. And you got fucking human trafficking going on and no one's doing anything about that. And white people who don't know any fucking better get up in arms about Harriet Tubman being on some fucking money. And then the motherfucking money ain't worth the paper that it's printed on. You mean to tell me you're going to get upset over a piece of paper and start talking shit about black people? And you mean to tell me that black people going to be all proud and what you going to do, start hanging up $20 bills in barbershops, putting $20 bills on your wall because there's a black person on it? And that take care of all the bullshit that's going on in the world? The 1% knows exactly what they're doing. And they keep us separate by planting little seeds to make us look at each other this way. The only way this thing is going to work is that if we together, dude, this ain't no fucking black people got to be in power now. We got to do to the white people what they did to us. Fuck that bullshit. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you want to continue on a cycle of bullshit that's not going to get you anywhere? So when Ben Carson says that it's going to take somebody who's not a part of the Republican or Democrat, he's absolutely right. And that's why people try to say that Bernie Sanders is crazy or this. No, he's not. He's not crazy at all. But in the media, they'll tell you all this, and people will sit there and believe everything that you see on TV and on the news. You know why? Because we're weak and we want to belong. And we feel better if we belong to something that kind of has power. People like being quote unquote better than other people because it makes them feel good. when you get a chance, or Netflix, if you have Netflix, or if you got to go out and buy it, there's a series that came out on Starz years ago, a few years ago, called Spartacus. And it was the rise of the slaves against the Roman Empire, and it was a bunch of white people. It don't make a fucking difference. But watch that. And what happened in that series is exactly what's going on today. See, most of us watch movies just to be entertained and read books just to be entertained. The ideas in these movies and these books, these people are not just thinking of this shit and writing it down. This shit is being derived from something. And instead of watching this shit just for entertainment, especially when it comes to history, you need to watch it and understand what's going on in this. Because it's telling you what's going on in society. The Hunger Games, the Matrix, there's real knowledge that's going on in there, and most of us are too dumb to realize what's going on. So until we unplug ourselves from the system and start thinking for ourselves and thinking as human beings and not as individuals, not as a religion or a certain ethnic group, but just as human beings, this is going to continue to go on and on and on. So just because you go to school and get a degree in something, it doesn't make you smart. And that's what a lot of people equate smart with, being able to show somebody that I have a degree, or I'm a doctor, or I'm this and that. If you to be able to read something, memorize it, and then take a test and pass it, writing down the answers or answering questions about something you looked at and you memorize, it doesn't make you smart. You remember before cell phones came out? And we memorized all these numbers, and you can just call somebody's number off the top of your head, and you didn't have to look in your phone, this and that. Nobody was walking around telling each other that, oh, you're smart to be able to remember Joel's or John's phone number. It's the same thing with school. And we pay all this money to go to school, to be put or indoctrinated into a system to keep it going. It's like the motherfucker on the hamster wheel, you're just running around and round and round. People will tell you it's smart. Being smart is being able to think for yourself objectively. Being able to grow as a person. Being able to contribute to society in a good way. People running around here waiting on Jesus to come back and praying to God that he gonna fix that. God ain't gonna fix none of this shit, and Jesus ain't coming back to save you. I'm sorry to inform you of the fucking truth. Because if he was gonna fix this, or Jesus come back to save you, he would have came back by now. What the fuck is he waiting on? And that's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way. But when I talk to black people, especially when it comes to religion, and this is not me banging on white people, but this is me telling the truth. You mean to tell me the same people that came and stole you from your country and beat your ass and did all this foul stuff to you, turned around and gave you your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? He did you a favor? Come on, man. And like I say, I'm not, whether God is a lady, is God is a man, or is more than one creator, I don't know. And don't nobody else know. What I can tell you is that everything that we need to grow as people, to succeed as a society, to evolve as living beings is already inside of you. You just have to unplug yourself from the system. And I'm not saying you're not going to be entertained by some of the sports and entertainment, yeah, but god damn, take some time to yourself. You spending all your time trying to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or with this or that just to be entertained. When do you find time to learn yourself? Take some time to just to sit back, lie in the bed and think about life. Think about the things that are around you. When you drive, and don't always turn on the motherfucking music. When you drive, just look around at other people driving around, at the sky, and just start questioning shit. And you can question me. You can question your mama. You can question whatever, but you mean to tell me you won't question your government? You won't question your pastor? You won't everything that someone tells you or that you encounter, you should question. You have to. So in a short form, I could go on and on, but that's just my thought on what Ben Carson's saying. He's absolutely right. Our government is corrupt like a motherfucker, and they know that we stupid. So they keep playing us like we stupid.